America's fastest growing sport has found a special place in one of its fastest growing cities, where pickleball's fastest rising star has been on a mission. With mom by her side, today the Waters duo plays for gold. Family ties just as strong on the men's side, where Ben and Colin Johns have been unbeatable in 2022. The stakes certainly seem higher here in Texas. More eyes on the sport of pickleball equals more urgency as players step up to center stage in the PPA. Welcome to Championship Sunday at the Austin Open.
I'm in the big leagues. Told her don't miss me.
Elevation Athletic Club, the latest destination on the PPA Tour. The best players in the world hoping to put their names in the history books of the very first Pickleball Central Austin Open, powered by Club Core. Absolutely thrilled to have you with us. Good morning. Drew Felios alongside Dave Fleming. First event, always very special in the sport of pickleball here at the Austin Open. Dave, what has stood out about this week?
Well, it's great to be back in the heart of Texas, Drew. We've had everything that Texas has. Passionate fans, tremendous pickleball, and the Texas weather has been a factor. It's been hot, there's been wind, that will be a factor again today, but people are loving the pickleball here in Austin.
Stop number 5 on the PPA Tour. Remember, before this year began, Anna Leigh Waters, the female superstar in pickleball, said she wanted to win a Triple Crown. Well, she has already accomplished that, but let's flash back and listen to those goals.
So some goals that I have for this year would definitely be to get my first Triple Crown. I'm super excited to try for this opportunity, and last year I don't think that I ever thought it was possible to potentially win 3 gold medals, but this year I'm looking forward to giving it my best, and hopefully maybe the first one I'll get mine, but I don't know, but I'm super excited to try for that.
Well, she said it, and Dave, she certainly did it at Port St. Lucie.
She did. She had it on the table a couple of times, and she did it 2 weeks ago in Florida. And she always tells us that singles is her favorite, but she finally got that one with her mom, and we'll see them again today. So awesome job getting that Triple Crown by young 15-year-old Anna Leigh Waters.
Just tremendous at the Riverland Open. Can she be outstanding here on Championship Sunday? Well, for more on this great event, what to look forward to, let's check in with Hannah Johns.
Well, Dave, we're missing a couple of faces from the final here today, and a lot of you are wondering why that is. Ben Johns and Anna Leigh did not play together for this one, despite having won every single final so far this year. And the reason for that is players make these commitments to partners months, sometimes years in advance, and they want to honor those commitments. Despite that, this has opened the door for a lot of different teams to make their way into the final here today, and we're so looking forward to watching those matchups.
I'm in the big leagues.
PPA Tour in full swing. St. George, Utah on deck at the Red Rock Open. Then Charlotte and Atlanta away. Today, we're in Austin, Texas. Pickleball Central's Austin Open, powered by Club Core. Championship Sunday is next.
So I need that go, y'all. Got hits when he throwing the fastball. Just too quick for it. Peeling off like
The Pickleball Central Austin Open, powered by Club Core, is brought to you by Club Core, the world leader in private clubs. Baird, official wealth management partner of the PPA. By Guaranteed Rate, guaranteed home at a guaranteed rate. Duper, make every match count. Select Medical, improving the quality of life. Margaritaville, official lodging partner. By Fit Fine Wine, live your fit. And Volley Seltzer, good, clean fun. Matt Wright needs no introduction. 44 years old, playing like he's 24. Attorney by day, pickleball star the rest of the time. Riley Newman, maybe the best all-around athlete in the PPA.
No doubt. They are coming off winning the last tournament, so they are fired up to stack some championships here.
Tremendous in hand battles, these two. Colin Johns, he has made a name for himself playing alongside his brother, Ben Johns. Both of these guys have recently moved to Austin. They're playing this week like they feel right at home.
Yeah, they love that they woke up in their beds and drove over here today. They are looking for revenge because it's not that they lost to the duo that's across from them, but they did not take a gold medal in the last PPA event after winning the first 3. will Newman and Wright be able to win when it's the Johns on the other side? That's what we'll find out today.
Championship court here at the Austin Open. Great setting, 73 degrees. The wind has been a factor all week long, and Dave, it will play a factor once again today.
Yeah, it starts with the coin flip at the beginning. You have to make a decision. So the Johns won the toss, and this is best 3 out of 5. So for that 5th game, if we get that far, you want to end up on the better side. So you actually choose the worst side to start with. So they're starting over here. So the wind will be at the back and going left to right across your screen, and it will absolutely be a factor. It has been throughout the tournament. Who deals with that the best? Who feels comfortable? So far, the teams playing into the wind, which would be the Wright and Newman side to start with, have prevailed for the most part.
Absolutely packed here at the Elevation Athletic Club. Ben Johns, best player in the world. He is the big ticket. Fans come to see him, to watch him, and he is making history on this tour at just 22 years old.
Yes, and a lot of times Big Brother Colin is the player on the court that gets a lot of attention, but is probably the most underrated player on the tour for all the magic that we'll see. That big forehand, we'll see that fake, and we'll see incredible defense. Let's play pickleball.
Underway, men's doubles. Side out to Matt Wright, Riley Newman.
0-0-1. Side out, our second server.
And there's an example of in the wind. The wind's at Colin's back. That's a
0-0-2.
dink that usually would bounce, but the wind will keep it up. His brother bailed him out there.
Point.
Lots of Ernies have been happening in that very spot throughout the tournament.
1-0-2.
Ben just catches the net on that effort.
Up against the net for Ben Johns.
So we've seen an Ernie on both sides. Good read by Colin, and again, his Ernie catches the
2-0-2.
tape. So the hometown boys not getting any love from the hometown Nets here to start with.
2-0 lead. Little wide from Newman. How about that hand battle?
Love it, and you can see in the last ball, Riley likes to really sit on his forehand side, and Johns was able to get on the other side of his body. Got his hands there,
0-2-1.
but the wind also pulled it. So anything down that right sideline is going to go wide.
Point.
At right, Riley Newman, they know to be the elite team in
1-2-1.
pickleball, got to go through the Johns brothers.
Second
A
serve.
little heavy-handed that time from Colin.
Yeah, so what you'll see is a lot of short returns from that side of the court
1-2-2.
from Newman and Wright. So if you can attack that third, you'll have opportunities.
Right down the middle.
Side out. Two, 1-1. Point.
Look at the combination of Newman's defense and Wright's offense,
Yeah.
those quick hands. It really is a dynamic pair.
Yes, that's
3-1-1.
why they're the #1 seed coming into this, and very confident.
Point.
Also a new team in 2022. It takes a little time, Dave, for the chemistry to mesh.
It certainly
4-1-1.
does, and they have really gotten better each tournament, and again, looking to win 2 in a row here.
How about that shot from the number 1 player in the world?
So when you pull it on this side, you have to have just the right amount of pace because it will get in that jet stream and stay at the same height and go deep. That was perfection from Ben Johns.
Colin comes right back with a shot of his own.
Yeah, so you're going to see shorter returns. You're going to see balls that sail a little farther. So Wright and Newman are going to get to hit balls out of the air that are unexpected.
Point.
It's the counter off of that you have to be ready for. Colin was ready there because thirds and dinks are going to sail when you're on this side, and that's why this side has been so hard, this side being the side that the Johns are on. You just have to be ready knowing that you are going to be under attack, and they're able to swing bigger because they're into the wind.
Just saw Ben right there doing a little bit of a wind check, ball check.
Second serve.
Play this game though all the time, Dave. How much trickier is it to play it when you have whistling winds?
Well, it changes everything, and you have to remember it affects both sides.
Point.
So play your game. You know there's going to be differences, and you saw these two here. There was a ball in the middle. There was a little hesitation there, but
3-4-2.
they've played a few games together, haven't they, Drew?
4-3 now. Game number 1 here at the Austin Open. Men's doubles gold.
Point.
And you know, you want to be precise, and if the ball isn't exactly where you're used to hitting it, you hesitate. And if you hesitate a little bit, you'll miss a ball like Riley Newman there. That's a ball he's going to make 9 out of 10 every time.
Oh, right up against Colin Johns that time. It'll be a side out for Newman and Wright.
So Colin likes to slide to his right, sit on the backhand. So if you can find the right side of his body like Newman did there, you will get a tag. Great aim and beautiful finish by Newman.
Nice Ernie from Ben Johns.
Second serve.
That's a sick angle there, Drew, huh?
4-4-2. Side out.
So obviously when the wind behind you, you get extra pace. So if that pace is going down, it's even harder to fight that back.
Second serve.
There you go.
Four, 4-2.
Along that time from Ben.
So when Matt Wright is on the right side of the court, and Wright and Newman will switch it up throughout the day, most likely you'll see the Johns dink in the middle of the court where they feel it's safer off the bounce.
Point.
Great reply by Wright there.
5-4-1.
Matt Wright to serve. 1 point lead for Wright and Newman.
Second serve.
In this scenario, you have Wright and Newman in the middle with their preferred
5-4-2.
swings at balls off the ground. So the change will affect where dinks are placed throughout the day.
Oh, nicely done by Matt Wright.
Yes, got some more love from that non-Austin loving net here so far, as the out-of-towners are getting all of the
6-4-2.
breaks off the tape so far.
Side out.
Side out now back to the Johns brothers.
So when the team is playing straight up, it changes the strategy. And the
4-6-1.
Johns, of course, will not ever change their positioning. So that's part of the love of this sport, chess, not checkers.
Ball is really moving right now off the wind. And Riley Newman taking advantage.
That's why you also saw both teams warm up on both sides to try and get used to what it's like. When you warm up, you've got to do that if you play any sort of pickleball at home.
Point.
Don't just hit a ball on one side of the court, especially in conditions like this. Get used to it on both sides.
5-6-2. Side out.
You had a chance to get out there, Dave, before
Yes.
this match. Saw you hitting it around a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted to
6-5-1.
really feel what they're feeling, and it's a factor, but it's a factor for both teams. So who can deal with the best, who can use the advantages of that. We haven't
6-5-2.
seen Newman or Wright throw up a lob. It'll be much easier to lob into the wind.
And that's it. Matt Wright, once again, just inside the line.
And again, that's a ball that Ben Johns reads perfectly off the paddle for normal conditions. That ball's deep.
7-5-2.
Wind keeps it in, and it's hard to adjust your mentality.
And that one off the handle of Ben Johns. So the lead extends for Wright and Newman.
8-5-2.
Best of 5 here on Championship Sunday.
Wow.
Timeout receiver.
Riley
The score is
Newman just
9-5-2.
playing outstanding here thus far. The crowd loving it in Austin.
They are, and the Johns are a team that don't love to call timeout. So if you get them to call timeout, that's good news for your team.
Just underway, Pickleball Central's Austin Open. Wright and Newman in control, 9-5, game 1. Championship Sunday here in Austin, Texas. Drew Felios, Dave Fleming, thrilled to have all of you along for the ride. Men's doubles gold. And a side out here to the Johns brothers. They trail 9-5 to Matt Wright and Riley Newman.
Love to get the ball back right after you call timeout, as they did there, get a missed third. Beautiful deception and inside out by Matt Wright there. Hold the paddle face like you're going down the line, and then pronate the wrist at contact.
As good as the Johns brothers have been this year, slow starts have sort of plagued them this week in Austin.
Yeah, they had one match where they lost game 1 and then won 11-0, 11-0. So, yes, that's the most obvious example of that.
Slow starts, emphatic finishes.
Yes.
Matt Wright, beautifully done.
So again, Colin Wright. Colin is sliding to the right. If you can get a ball out of the air, if that ball bounces, there's no way that Ben can't fill the middle, but he reaches in. Ball sailing just a little long on the dink, and perfect speed on that by Matt Wright.
Game point goes to Wright, and Newman cannot play it much better than that here to start on Championship Sunday.
Now Matt Wright and Riley Newman looking fantastic on air quotes the good side. We'll see if that continues in game 2.
Matt Wright will take a deep breath. He'll play with Lucy Kovalova a little bit later, but right now business at hand with his partner Riley Newman. They're up a game. We're back after this. The Pickleball Central Austin Open, powered by Club Core, is brought to you by Pickleball Central, your pickleball superstore. By Hertz. Hertz puts you in the driver's seat. Hyper Ice. Do what you love more. Gearbox, the official paddle of the Austin Open. And Durafast 40, the official ball of the PPA. That is something, though, that players definitely have to learn to keep their minds right no matter the conditions. This is an outdoor sport 99% of the time.
Yeah. And it's not a surprise today, because it was like this the rest of the time. And you've got to draw on that. So, hey, what did we do yesterday on the side with the wind that was effective? Let's bring a piece of that. Same on the other side. We saw some of the teams, and particularly Catherine Parento and Jessie Irvin, just decided to just all-out attack when they had the wind at their back, and that was effective, but you have to be convicted to that choice. Knowing there will be errors in that, so it's a high risk, high reward. You can do it when you're serving because there's no risk on the scoreboard for the other squad. So you just choose some pieces. Championship Sunday enables you to do that. Let's take a little bit of Thursday, a little bit of Friday, a little bit of Saturday, and put that all together. So if you get pushed off the line on the far side, then you executing a dink is harder because it's a little farther to go and the wind will push your ball down. So if you get off the line, that is absolutely the goal of Colin and Ben here. Push them back.
Oh, Riley Newman, opportunistic.
Second serve.
And Colin John's frustrated with that ball right there. That's a dink that, you know, got caught in the jet stream and stayed up and got punished.
Just long.
All four players on the court weren't quite sure, is that the wind going to hold that in there?
Yes, you are.
Heard Matt Wright even say get in there. Did not.
Oh, Matt Wright able to put it up against the chest of Colin.
Yeah, he's reaching in on a dink that just sails a little farther, and if you slide and the ball's able to take out of there, you see you want to find that right shoulder, as Matt Wright did the right thing on the right shoulder. Well done.
Tied once again at 4.
Yeah, great two-handed backhand third shot drive by Newman there.
Get the feeling that game 1 we saw the best of Wright and Newman. Game 2 the best of the Johns brothers. This game we're really starting to see the grind. Which team can survive it?
Yep.
Right now it is Newman and Wright.
And paddle is down, so the thing that will take away is any further challenge here, because this is the second time out. They lose one for the incorrect challenge before, and now they're taking one.
6-4, game number 3. Matt Wright and Riley Newman shining on championship court here in Austin. Austin, Texas. Great to have you with us. We're live from the Elevation Athletic Club, Pickleball Central's Austin Open, powered by Club Corp. Game number 3. Stats to look at right there from Newman and Wright. Matt Wright can't believe he didn't return that, and the crowd has a good laugh.
Ben Johns just checking with Howard Hepworth.
No.
What's the score? Are we in the right spot? Do we have the right server?
Previous point.
not always easy to keep track of.
Yeah, you were not correct. Yeah. 6-1.
I think we had an incorrect serving situation.
Yes. You didn't want to tell us that before, Ben?
So Ben just sauntered up to Howard Hepworth and said, "I'm not sure they're in the right position there." And Riley just said, "Didn't you want to tell us that?"
Officials chatting. And Ben Johns was correct there. Matt right now will serve.
And Matt admits that he just served when he shouldn't have. And now, so look, we had the wrong server on the wrong side. It is now getting squared away. So they lost the point in a variety of ways. You don't get to lose the point 7 times, though. Okay, here we go.
So 6-4-2 here.
Side out.
Nice penetrating dink by Colin Johns there.
If they had scored that point and it was the wrong server,
They would have.
It would have
Yeah,
been forfeit.
they would have overturned.
4-6-1. Second serve. I know. You've got middle there, right? 4-6-2. Point.
Man, unbelievable inside out backhand counter attack by Ben Johns there. Got the ball on the other side of the body to set himself up for the next one. Next level brilliance.
Side out.
And Matt Wright is holding up his forehand saying, "I know you tried some of your magic tricks, but
6-5-1.
my paddle was ready, my
Yes, sir.
friend."
Call the score.
Side out back here to Wright and
6-5-1.
Newman. Chance to extend their lead. Critical points here.
Second serve.
Snuck one past him.
Yeah, I mean, you're not trying to hit that ball in. You're trying to make a
6-5-2.
mistake. Not necessarily tag him, but get him to react as he did there.
Colin Johns up against the line, avoids the foot fault.
And this is a huge moment because if the Johns are able to sneak this one over the finish line,
5-6-1.
they're going to switch to, again, the preferred side and maybe never have to come back to the bad side.
Point.
So tied at 6. It's a great point, Dave. If Ben and Colin can hold here.
6-6-1.
Ben Johns right now on a mission.
Yeah, and that's what I talked about earlier. If you just want to just say, you know, zero blitz, back to
7-6-1.
football. We're sending everybody, just play aggressive, go make it happen. Let serves a replay here at the
7-6-1.
PPA. Oh, got a ball on from
Recall the score.
one of our great amateur players. Maybe didn't have a great moment on that particular shot.
7-6-1.
Off the hand is fine.
Yeah, I did not hear a paddle on that exchange. Newman able to come through.
So just to reset that, your hand's considered part of the paddle. So obviously we didn't hear that paddle sound. If it hits up on your forearm, elbow, dead ball. Other team's point.
When you're Riley Newman, many times holding the paddle with both hands can happen very often.
Side out.
Just slid and pulled it a little
6-7-1.
bit wide.
Point.
That's a big point.
7-7-1.
Several ties and lead changes here in game 3.
Second serve.
I watch a lot of movies. It's funny.
There's that cross-court attack,
7-7-2.
catches Matt Wright. Great job by Ben Johns there.
That one's not coming back. A side out for Ben and Collin.
No, and I'm worried about the security of the fence after the pace that hit it at.
7-7-1. Point.
Ben Johns, we're going to see him later also in men's singles.
Yes. And we'll see Riley and Matt playing
8-7-1.
against each other later. So they'll have to reset their who I really want to do well systems.
Ben and Collin starting to sizzle here in front of the hometown crowd. We can say that now here in Austin.
Yes, the adopted sons here as the
9-7-1.
Maryland boys have matriculated down here. And Collin is now, oh, and the Dikembe Mutombo finger is out from Collin Johns. He'd been beat on those
10-7-1.
cross-court attacks a couple times, but so ready now. And an obscene forehand by Ben Johns. And they said, we're going full pressure. Here it comes. Strategy's one thing, executed perfectly is the other.
Look out, the Johns freight train is coming. Just an absolute buzzsaw in game number 3. They lead 2-1 on the cusp of a men's doubles gold championship at the Austin Open. Games 2 and 3 to the Johns brothers. Do Matt Wright and Riley Newman have something left here in game 4? We're about to find out.
Yeah, they certainly flipped the switch on the good side discussion by using that pace of the wind.
Does not get much better than that.
No, and Riley Newman said, I see what you did. We're going to try the same thing. We're coming full blast, and here we come.
1-0-2.
Better get your battle stations ready, boys.
Battles nearly collided that time.
They
from Wright
did
and Newman.
collide, and usually that's bad news for the collision team, but that sometimes completely throws off your opponent, and it goes over for a winner.
Quick 2-0 lead. Certainly the start Newman and Wright needed.
Side out.
And now that slide that Collin got caught on a couple times, he's timing it just right. And that ball was going to hit 2 inches inside the sideline, and he's still there, able to get the backhand.
Just a little bit out. I mean by inches.
Again, great read by Ben Johns there. And
0-2-2.
with the wind, you'd think a little flick would stay in. That one sailed a bit deep.
Point.
So that's one of those when you probably went to a troubled spot, but you know that maybe you can react to it. Matt knew he went up high to Ben Johns, trying to keep him honest on the backhand. Oh.
Point.
Newman covering so much court.
Yeah, and he will hold the paddle backwards like he did there and still get a ball in a lot of the time, just with his ability to cover ground quickly.
Ben Johns attacking. Full attack mode here in game 4.
And Tyson McGuffin sitting right in front of us, seeing this. He'll see that full attack mode later in singles. Beautiful inside-out attack there by Colin Johns, and Wright and Newman know it's this game or there's nothing about a game 5 that's going to happen here.
So a 4-0 run for the Johns brothers. They lead 4-2.
Yeah, and that is reflective of a full 12-month slate. Last year, Ben and Colin did not play together, so his number is going to keep inching higher as they continue to play on so many championship Sundays.
Point. Three, 4-1. Second serve. Three, 4-2.
Overhead, big time from Ben.
And just a beautiful forehand flick in the middle to set that up before it. Yes, the overhead gets all the love here, but it's that shot there that set it up, finding that paddle side hip. That's where you want to attack, people. Paddle side hip of your opponent. And there it is again, paddle side hip, but you have to be ready for the next ball. And a lot of tennis players coming into the sport are used to big swings, finish, and they don't have their paddle up. Come to pickleball, get that paddle ready for Act 2.
Big difference in the two sports. Colin Johns right now is just on fire. And they are playing at this level,
6-3-1.
just about unbeatable. Defense right now from the Johns brothers, exceptional.
Point.
And everyone loves the flashy part of Ben Johns, as well you should, but watch him defend
7-3-1.
on balance, never in a hurry, leaving it in the kitchen. The chance to be a superstar will come.
Second serve.
Just be under control.
So important.
7-3-2.
It's obviously an emotional game, but you rarely see him and his emotions get out of sorts either. It just always seems to be, like you said, in control.
It's a huge part of any sport.
Point.
Great job by Matt Wright of being ready for that attack there and countering beautifully. They need to go here.
4-7-1.
Do or die here for Wright and Newman. Matt Wright just cannot adjust.
Yeah, it's the ball before that Riley Newman is so good at leaving, but again, you're calibrating so many things running through the little computer in your mind of third shot computer. How hard should I hit this? And again, everyone, if you play doubles and you play with an aggressive partner, you can slide to the right sideline and literally be standing on it because it takes that away and it sets up balls in the middle for your partner. No one does it better. Colin Johns, best right side player in the game. It's not even close because he knows how to do his role and set up his partner.
Big statement right there, but Colin living up to it for sure.
Yeah, and again, catching that right side. You saw that windshield wiper maneuver there, which is when Matt Wright is trying to protect the right side of his body with a backhand grip.
Oh, Colin went for the trick shot, nearly pulled it off.
Oh. Why hit a backhand when I can hit that?
9-4-2.
We've seen a lot of players pull that off. Jay DeVilliers certainly goes to it. McGuffin has gone to it often. Ben Johns now and Colin.
Yeah,
joins the
get
party.
back to the entertainment. And sometimes it's the only choice you have. And
Point.
there's the big rip.
5-9-1.
And would choose that again. Ball bounced up above the net height. It's a good time to attack.
What a point. Play on.
Second serve.
Tremendous by all players and just a incredible reaching in finish. Look at that. The ball, the wind wanted to take that wide. It's just hung in there.
Side out.
Wright can't return that, so side out back to Ben and Colin Johns. A chance to put this match away.
9-5-1.
Need two.
Point.
And now championship point.
10-5-1. Second serve.
Just wide enough so that the reach stopped the opportunity, but a
10-5-2.
second chance here.
Can Wright and Newman stay alive?
Point. Game
Ben and
9.
Colin Johns fall in game one, come back, win 3 straight. As dominating as they can be here in their new hometown of Austin, Texas.
Yeah, and there's that cross-court attack that Colin Johns worked earlier, but the last 5 of those were beautiful replies, and it's Colin Johns that gets the last statement here on Championship Sunday.
Ben Johns spectacular. As you said, Dave, cannot underestimate Colin Johns. He has his place in this great sport. When we come back, we'll talk to the winners, get you ready for the rest of the day here at the Austin Open.
Don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston.
Just a gorgeous championship Sunday here in Austin, Texas. Ben Johns and Colin Johns defeat Matt Wright and Riley Newman to take men's doubles gold here at the Austin Open, brought to you by Pickleball Central. Much more pickleball to come, but right now, let's slow it down, check in with the winners, and join Hannah Johns on the court.
Thanks, Drew. So excited to be here. Colin, Ben Johns, big congratulations to you both for taking the title here today. Guys, Matt and Riley started out on the good side in terms of wind. How important was it to take game 3?
Very important, because with the wind blowing as much as it is today, it's a real advantage to be on this side right here. So getting game 3 was really important, and we made an adjustment to make that happen, but they came out of the gates firing and made it really tough.
Obviously, one of the most important parts of the game is knowing when to let that ball go out, especially during wind. How instinctual is that, Ben?
You know, it's an experimentation process for sure. You got to get some reps doing that. But yeah, no, it's very important. You got to do it. You got to be cognizant of it. And you know, as partners, I think we did a good job of reminding each other.
All right, and guys, how are you going to celebrate today's win, coming back to win the gold? You didn't get the gold in the last tournament, but you're back on now.
Yeah, it feels really good, so I'm sure we'll have something fun planned for tonight. It's our hometown city, so I'm sure we'll find something to do.
Ben, anything to add to that?
Ooh, steakhouse dinner and a glass of wine.
All right, I'm going to bring Connor Ogden from the PPA Tour on court now to present your trophy, guys. Connor?
Ben and Colin, congratulations on yet another PPA title. We're excited to have you guys out here in Austin, and thanks for coming out for all the fans and everybody out here. And so on behalf of the PPA, we'd like to present you this trophy.
Congratulations, guys. Dave, over to you.
It has been fun, as always, another memorable week here on the PPA Tour. For Dave Fleming, Hannah Johns, and our crew, I'm Drew Felios, saying so long from Austin, Texas.